Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Have you ever been at the store and you thought, what if this was the last time I could go shopping? What if SHTF happened today or tomorrow and this was the last shopping trip? What do I really hope that I have in my shopping cart or in my pantry at home so that I know that I can feed my family no matter what tomorrow brings? I like to make sure that I have plenty of canned and packaged goods in my pantry. I want open and eat, ready to go meals that you can just open and eat or heat in the microwave. All the open and eat cans of food that are ready to go. It's also a great idea to have some of the pouch meals. They come in all different kinds of flavors. They're ready to eat out of the pouch or heat them in the microwave. They're already fully cooked. There are also meals you can find like ready meals. They're already cooked and they're in a little, like a tray or a bowl. Those are great too. You can have lots of those on hand, so all you need to do is open one up and eat it in an emergency. What if you don't have any power? What if you don't have any running water? You don't have any way to cook or clean up or prepare things. You have foods that you can still eat. Then it's great to have all different kinds of canned beans. There are so many different kinds of beans, everything from the single beans in a can, black beans, kidney beans, white beans, garbanzo beans. There's all kinds and they're very versatile. You can combine them with many other kinds of foods to make meals. Make sure that you also have lots of canned vegetables. My favorite canned vegetables are canned corn, canned green beans, and mixed vegetables. There are lots of other kinds. Choose the ones that your family is willing to eat and make sure that you have plenty of them. Then remember, you can combine your canned vegetables with some of your other foods to make meals. Next, make sure you have lots of canned tomato products. You can buy pasta sauces that come in jars or cans. You can have tomato paste, tomato sauce, canned tomatoes, spicy tomatoes. There's all kinds of canned tomato products that are versatile, they're flavorful. You can combine them with all different kinds of things to make a variety of meals. Stock up on pasta. Pasta lasts nearly forever and goes great with so many of the foods that you already would have on hand. Have a nice stockpile of canned meat. America's favorite canned meats are actually tuna and Vienna sausages. I like to have canned chicken, canned beef, and there's all kinds of other cans that I've found that are good. There are lots of different kinds of fish besides tuna. Pulled pork in a can, which I've tried before, is very good. You can get large canned hams or you can stock up on small cans. Have a variety of foods on hand so that you're able to make all kinds of different meals and you don't end up with food fatigue. Plus, the more varied your foods are, the more likely you are to be getting a balanced diet because you're eating lots of different kinds of foods. Stock up on canned fruits. Canned fruits are the one food that I am very careful of because I've had problems with them not lasting past their best by use by sell by date. It actually, in my opinion, is an expiration date. I've had the cans bloat, I've had them leak, I've opened up cans of fruit past the date and the food just wasn't any good anymore. It had deteriorated until it was no longer tasty at all. So I like to also have dried fruit, and then my go-to is the freeze-dried fruit that you can buy in number 10 cans at places like Walmart, from Augustin Farms, and even from the LDS or the Mormon Church. The freeze-dried and dehydrated foods that you can buy in the number 10 cans are going to last from 25 to 30 years. You don't have to worry about the food degrading inside the container. You don't have to worry about it leaking, becoming spoiled. You don't have to worry about any of that like you do with regular canned foods. Many foods can last long past the date on the bottom, but you want to inspect it. You want to see, is it bulging? Is anything look off? Is anything leaking or greasy? Then when you open it, does it spurt or squirt, give an off smell? Does it look wrong, smell wrong? If you see anything that's suspicious, then you need to throw it away. But if everything looks good, you can probably taste it, and if it's fine, go ahead and eat it. Don't eat questionable food. It's not worth your health to try to get every last dollar's worth of food out of your stockpile. It's more important that you preserve your health. Next, look at all the dried kind of packaged foods: macaroni and cheese, hamburger helper, stovetop stuffing mixes, noodle mixes, rice mixes. You just add water, maybe a few other ingredients, and they're so versatile. They're easy, quick to cook. You could even make them over a camping stove or an emergency stove if you didn't have a way to prepare them in your home, say you lost your power. They're very versatile. You can combine them with lots of your canned and packaged other foods so that you can stretch a meal and make the most out of your grocery dollars. When I go to the store, I like to look high and low and look for different kinds of foods that maybe I haven't seen before. And if I see something that looks interesting, I'll buy one and bring it home and try it. If I like it, I'll go back and get more. Don't buy a bunch of things that you don't know if you like them simply because they're on sale or somebody else likes them, because you may not, and then you've wasted your food storage dollars on foods that no one cares to eat. You want to buy foods that your family is willing to eat, that you're willing to prepare, and then you need to be able to rotate those foods. Look at all of the kinds of ingredients that go with the foods that you need. Make sure you're looking at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. If you want pancake mix, have some syrups to go with it. If you want to buy breakfast cereal, choose some powdered milk. If you want to buy muffin mixes, make sure you get the little paper cups to help bake without having to clean up extra, especially if water becomes in short supply. You want to find ways to have the things that you enjoy eating on a fresh daily basis and find a way to have it in your food storage stockpile. That's the best way to ensure that you're going to have plenty to eat. If you're on a special diet or you have food allergies, it's even more important that you find foods that can meet your needs, because in an emergency, a lot of people like me are willing to eat almost anything. But if you have food allergies or just for ethical reasons you don't want to eat something, then you need to make sure that you do have the foods that you want so you're not stuck eating whatever is left. If you have small children, make sure you take their needs into account. If you have pets, make sure that you have a supply of food for pets. All of the canned and packaged foods, everything from peanut butter to crackers to cake mixes, can last in your pantry for several years, but it isn't going to last forever. You need to be rotating those foods and then replace them. Then if you want foods that are going to last for the long haul, that's when you turn to the dried foods with the super long shelf life. Those are the foods that many preppers like to store in jars and Mylar bags and in buckets. That's the foods like rice and beans, oatmeal, pasta, grains, popcorn, dehydrated and freeze-dried foods. The foods that go in Mylar bags and into buckets are the foods that have less than 10% moisture in them. Foods that are great to use with oxygen absorbers and Mylar bags are foods that are completely dried, less than 10% moisture. They would crumble and crack because they're dry. The dried foods with the super long shelf life. There are all kinds of foods that we have in our pantry that we don't even think about, but we should, because you want to make sure that you have an adequate supply of the foods that you use, from sugar to salt to spices, syrups, sauces, condiments. Keep track of the foods that you eat, and then make sure that you have extras of those items in your pantry. Your prepper pantry can absolutely be life-saving food that can sustain you in all kinds of situations. It doesn't have to be SHTF, apocalypse, end of the world. It could be something as simple as you lose your job, someone gets sick, and for some reason there's a winter storm and you can't make it to the store. Knowing that you have the food that you need helps you have confidence that you'll be able to get through whatever comes your way. And that's all we could ask out of our life on a day-to-day basis. If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.